Hi guys, and welcome back to the Induction Noise YouTube channel for the first time this year in terms of actual filming, I think.
No.
Have you filmed this year?
Yes.
Okay, so
maybe.
It's
yes. You would have seen this. The Swift Nardini. That's not a Swift Nardini.
The what?
Yeah, you guys haven't seen that.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's a fun video. It was fun to film.
You and Andre did some top gearing.
Yes.
So today we are spannering on project Supra
for the first time in very long.
Yeah,
not just this year, but the first time in very long.
I haven't been here in ages, and you've been trapping all over Europe.
Yeah, and been struggling to find parts.
Yeah, because we have
an part.
So this is the knuckle.
It's called a spindle hub, funny enough, apparently.
Or a knuckle. And this one appears not to have cracks and broken bits all over it. So
like this, there's gunk all over this one, but yes.
Yeah, that one's looking a little bit worse for wear. So the plan is to put all of that back together and get the car on its wheels.
Yeah, right? So what I was thinking of is the only slight setback we have is the half shafts isn't there.
So we're not doing donuts yet.
Well, I mean, we can't do donuts, you imbecile, because we don't have a fuel tank, because you want to throw some paint in it.
Dude, I can fix that.
No, you can't.
No, I can fix that. I told you I can fix it.
Okay.
You have little faith. I am a genius. And I will fix the fuel tank.
Okay, well...
No stress.
Okay. You fix the fuel tank and we see...
Give me an hour.
Okay.
It'll be done.
I'm sure I'll have the car on the floor before you're done with the tank.
Nah. Bet.
Bet.
Right guys, well, Nico has challenged me to cleaning up our tank. And if you'd been watching the previous videos that Nico did on this fuel tank, every chemical known to mankind has been in this thing trying to sort it out. So to begin with, there was a whole bunch of old fuel and gunk and just horrible, disgusting crap at the bottom of this thing, which we managed to clean out with a whole bunch of chemicals and degreasers, and eventually we even resorted to some pretty horrible hydrochloric acid. Now what that did was it stripped the entire inside of the tank completely. It is clean, it is free of contaminants and old fuel. It is now ready to be treated on the inside to make it usable again.
It won't be.
It will be. So what I suggested is, because the acid basically stripped the inside of the thing, as soon as it dried out, it started rusting. So the entire inside of the tank is now coated with this really thin layer of surface rust, just oxidization from the metal. The plan is to chuck in Durham NS1. What NS1 does is it basically comes out of the can as a sort of whitish, creamish paint. You chuck it in the tank, you slosh it around, coat the inside of the tank completely, and then in theory what happens is the NS1 actually chemically reacts with the oxide or rust. And it'll actually turn into this sort of cobalt blue black color as it reacts and hardens on the inside, which will form a protective coating inside the tank, which means the tank is clean, free from debris, and we can start chucking fuel in it and use it as a fuel tank. Nico doesn't think this will work, but he is wrong, and I shall prove it.
So while Quintin is wasting his time with a fuel tank, yes you are. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take the new spindle hub and just press out the old studs in the meantime, because we do have extended studs for it. So instead of putting it on its ears and stuff, I've got it flush here actually. And then what I'm just going to do, because a hammer sometimes works, but not if it's old parts. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to put it in the 12-ton press and just start pressing them all out, just so that we can get the new studs in. So let's get to that while Quintin is wasting his time.
Well, that was a very physical experience. It was not a lot of fun, but the inside of the tank is completely coated with NS now. And it actually, you can start seeing the reaction straight away. It's already starting to, it's already starting to change color, and it looks like it's working and doing what it's supposed to. So I've drained off the excess. I'm gonna let it dry on the inside for a little bit, but while that's happening, I'm just gonna try and scrub the outside a little bit to see if I can make it look a little bit better at least. I think Nico's gonna be impressed, and he's gonna be eating his shoes. Okay guys, confession time. I think the old tank is beyond rescue. I mean, I've now tried everything. I've scrubbed it. The NS, it's doing its thing, but it's just never gonna bond to the plastic parcels in the tank. So don't tell Nico this, but I think I might have a plan to work around this issue. And
Mr. Quintin?
Fuck off, dude. Just yeah, I'm gonna fix it. Don't sweat.
All right, so as you can see, we have all the old studs out. You might have seen it was they were quite stuck in there. I guess it's because the car it actually came off was standing quite a while. It sat a bit in the ground.
Are you ready to eat some humble pie?
That's not the old tank.
I cleaned it up.
That's not the old tank.
It is. I just cleaned it up. Look, it's still got the old shit in it.
Why does it say please rinse before installation?
Because I don't want us to forget that we should rinse it before we install it. That's all.
And the new welds?
What new welds, man? It's the
I don't
same,
remember that.
It's the same old welds. I just cleaned it up a bit. That's all.
Is that aluminium?
No, it's pressed steel. You can see it.
Right, something fishy is going on here. I don't.
It may be a new tank.
Okay, and did someone call JJ Race and Automotive weld it for us?
Possibly.
Okay. Thank you, JJ.
That could be what happened.
Your work is brilliant. Thank you. Thank you for doing it properly. Well, as I was saying,
I'm just gonna stick this in the car then.
this is also pressed out, so we can start getting the car on the ground. Let's run to the Supra. Since I've done this about 5 million times, it seems the easiest way to do it is just to get obviously everything but loosely on here, but firstly get this thing that's all grease. Firstly get
a bit gross, bro.
that part on.
So that is a
Some arm
thing.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get that in, and then I need you to just direct this for me and this for me into those holes.
That's a sway bar link over there. That's the sway bar, so that's going to be like a trailing arm. No, that's the trailing arm.
I've got no idea.
That's some or other link arm.
I'm not going to pretend like I know what it is.
That one looks like a construction girder. So,
Alright.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'm going to pick this up like this, and then you kind of direct it all into me, please.
So the other day, right?
Yeah.
I was chatting to my mate, and he told me this funny story.
Okay.
He said that ate an entire pineapple, right? 180. But he couldn't find his nuts.
Funny story, bro.
Had to take an Uber home. Well,
What?
Andre will be very pleased that we have now got the correct number of studs.
Who's teasing who?
He was wearing what?
Okay, yes. We will get McDonald's after this. Alright, anyways, guys.
So
We've
the
got-
impact gun is quite loud.
Yeah.
I think is what we're trying to say.
It's very loud. But we've got all 5 studs on now, and it's time for the disc to go on. I know it looks a bit rusty, but it's fine. 1 or 2 breaks and she should be a good one. I've put some copper slip on there just for the contact side of it all, and then we're gonna put our space on. But first we'll need to see if everything's flush. So if everything's not flush, it won't go in, right?
Of course it's gonna go in, it's fine. It's perfectly fine, look at that.
Yes, there we go.
It's like it was factory, bro.
Factory made for it. Ow.
There's a hammer, dude. There we go.
There we go. Oh, wait, recording. Just gonna make some gap there. Seems like.
So in installing the suspension, I think we may have slightly bent the dust cover on the back of the disc.
But
so
it's
we're
fine.
just gapping it a little bit. But
There we go, it's properly
looks
on
good.
there. So now,
There we go, have a hub-centric spacer.
so this has better tolerances than Formula 1 car. It's tight.
Toy like a tiger.
Bang!
Damn, son! Now we need a wheel. Has anyone got a wheel?
No,
They should.
it's gone. But before we get to the wheel, let's just take this off again. Let's quickly get the caliper on.
Why?
Because race stop. I'm gonna put that R shaft in without disassembling anything over here.
Okay.
I'll
Put
just
the caliper on.
yeah. So
Where's the
I'm gonna
caliper?
put the caliper on.
Nico,
Yes.
would you like to explain to the ladies and gentlemen why we are taking the wheel off the other side of the car?
I'm bored.
Oh, okay, so that's the reason. It's got nothing to do with the fact that you installed the right-hand brake caliper on the left-hand side of the car.
No, not at all.
82 kilometers later.
We did a bit of digging. We found some rubbers. We are assuming that these rubbers go onto the steel straps that hold the fuel tank in place, which I have restored professionally to a brilliant shine.
No Uber driver delivered it.
No. So we're going to stick the tank in. Obviously it's going to have to come out again when we do the filler neck that's going to go onto it. But, you know, just as a test fitment to see if it goes in,
Yeah.
I think it's worth sticking it in there.
Exactly,
Of
yeah.
course, we've now put the car on the lift, and the bolts that hold these straps in place are
Inside of the car.
inside the car.
We never showed them the car on 4 wheels. We're bad at this.
No, we did in the edit.
Oh yeah. Yes. Alright, yeah, so let's
Movie
get it in.
magic, bro.
Because the thing is, I will also get it in to see if, obviously, this is not the original fuel tank.
What?
Just to see, I've got some little bit of weather stripping that we can put here on the sides, just to see if it touches or not, or whatever. But yeah, let's get this in and get going with that. And I mean, it should just be a
Are we going
press
to put the
fit.
rubbers? Are
I'm
we going to
not-
put the rubbers on and then go
Yeah.
look for the bolts?
Yeah, let's put the rubbers on again.
Yes. Cool.
Because usually, if we were to buy something aftermarket, we would probably want to Sikaflex it on. But since this seems to press over on both sides, which is probably going to be a pain in the butt to get over.
Oh yeah, it's
It's-
proving to be quite resistant.
Wait, there should be a tool for this. It's called a flathead screwdriver. Hold on. Hold my beer. There's a better tool than a flathead. Let me get this over here. No? Yes? No? Maybe?
We have this little McGafter here, which is a diff jack, which would normally be used to jack differentials into the car, or the gearbox, or something heavy that needs to be lifted up. But we are going to
Something
stick a fuel tank on it, and then slowly jack it up into the hole where
Try and not stretch it, I guess.
the fuel tank is supposed to sit. So I think let's move it this way a little bit so that it balances better, and then we can hold it on there. Okay, and I'm going to start lifting.
Go for it.
So hang on, Nico.
I also think we need to
come pushing,
back.
We're pushing against something over here. The filler neck is pushing on the chassis rail here, on the subframe. Can you see there?
Yeah, I see.
So I need to drop it a little bit.
Yeah, drop it a little bit. It needs to come this side. Okay.
Does it need to go more towards you?
It needs to come more towards me and more back, I think.
Like that. Okay, so
Deja vu, we've got it up again and there's nothing. We've got to get the tank up. Yeah, this is take 3, right?
what? No. So as it turns out, in the process of cleaning the tank, I may have altered the shape slightly. So what's happening now is that the tank does actually fit into the hole, but the straps that hold it in place are just like that little bit too short and that little bit too tight. So we're going to have to remanufacture the straps that hold it into the car. It shouldn't be too tricky to do that. I mean, we can sort of manufacture some kind of McGafter, or even use a ratchet strap if it needs to be.
It is a lemon at the end.
A couple of cable ties and some duct tape, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But essentially, the clean tank, original tank that's just clean, doesn't seem to fit anymore.
You cleaned it too well, man.
Yeah, I know. I cleaned it and it got bigger.
Yeah.
That's what happened there. But since we have the car in the air, we're going to tidy some stuff up underneath, just clean it up a little bit.
Some boring stuff.
Possibly rip the exhaust out of its arse. But we'll see how we feel.
Yeah, but I think for now,
it's late. Let's just stay classy.
stay close, San Diego. Cheers.